knitters! Welcome back to Rena Knits. I don't know about you, but I'm usually the type who likes to keep my feet in socks during the wintertime and in slippers during the summertime. So why not knit some slippers this time around? In today's video, we're going to learn how to make slippers. Now these aren't slippers that you could walk outside with, but these are slippers that you could walk in the house with. They are comfortable, that you could sleep in and keep your feet warm during the winter time, and comfortable during the summertime. Very simple slippers that you can knit during a weekend project. The material to make a home slipper are the following. You would need US size 8 needles. You would need a sewing needle. You would also need a yarn. The one I'm using is a Red Heart Super Saver 7 ounce with a weight of 4 yarn. Weight of 4 yarn and a measuring tape. To start off, you would cast on 29 stitches. Slippers that I'm making are for a woman whose foot size is 7.5 to 8 inches. For children sizes as well as men's sizes, you could look into the description. I have indicated the different sizes for different individuals. Once you've cast on 29 stitches, what you're going to do is you're going to start knitting with a pattern that goes, you're going to knit 9, purl 1, knit 9, purl 1, and then knit 9. Then purl 2. You're going to just do complete knits. And you're going to keep doing this until your length measures 2 inches less than your foot size. So if your foot size is 8, you're going to do is measure 6 inches. So you're going to knit the same pattern for 6 inches. If your foot size is 5, you'll do it for 3 inches. So you would do 2 inches less than your desired foot size. So the pattern, row 1, would be row 1 would be 9 knits, and then 1 purl, and then again you're going to do 9 knits, and 1 purl. You would end up with 9 knits. Row 2 would be all knits. And you will repeat these 2 rows till your length measures 2 inches less than your foot size. So in this case, I'm going to knit till my length measures 6 inches. Now here you could see I have kept knitting the same pattern for 6 inches. And if we take our measuring tape, we could measure that it's 6 inches. So what I will now do is move on to the next portion. But if you could notice the pattern, we did 9 knits and 1 purl. 9 knits and 1 purl. When you first start knitting this particular slipper, you're going to actually start off on the wrong side. So this is going to be your wrong side. So your first row will be on the wrong side. And this is how the right side will look. Once you've done your 6 inches, what you'll do is you'll end up on the right side. So, and from this point on, you're going to do is knit the toe portion. So this was the face of the foot. Now you're going to do the toe. And what you're going to do is for 2 inches, you're going to do is the rib design. So your row 1 would start off with 1 purl. And then you're going to do 1 knit, one purl, 1 knit, 1 purl, all the way till the end of the row. So row 2, what you're going to do is start off with a knit. So you're basically going to follow what you see. There's a knit, purl, so you're going to continue that. So 1 knit, and therefore 1 purl, 1 knit, 1 purl. And you're going to continue this pattern till this row till the end. The same pattern till the end of the row. And basically what you're going to do is copy row 1 and 2 that till your length from here on measures 2 inches. So here I had 6 inches from here to here, and then I'm going to add 2 more. So in total I should have 8 inches. So you would measure 2 more inches for the rib design. Once you've completed knitting the ribbing design for 2 inches, your total would be 8 inches. So let's measure. So from the beginning till the end, it's about 8 inches. Once we have completed the 8 inches, we are now going to start decreasing. So the first row in your decrease would be, we would knit 7 stitches in the rib format. So you're going to follow through as the ribbing. So purl 1, knit 1, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then you would slip the next stitch over. You would knit the stitch, then you would slip past, take the slipped stitch over the knitted stitch, then you would knit 1, and then you would knit 2 together, and then the next 5 stitches you would continue with the ribbing. So purl, knit 3, 4, and 5. And again, you would do the decrease. You would slip 1 stitch, knit 1, pass the slipped stitch over the knitted stitch, knit 1, and then knit 2 together. And you would finish off with the ribbing. Purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and the next row you would do is do the rib design for 7 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you would purl 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you would do the rib design for 5, knit, purl, so 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then again you would purl 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you finish off by doing the rib design. Row 3 is another decrease row. After your first decrease, you should have 25 stitches. So you could count the number of stitches you have. And then we continue on. Now the last decrease, we're going to start off by doing the rib design for 6 stitches. So purl, knit, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then after knitting 6, ribbing 6, you're going to do is K2 together. Then you're going to knit 1, you're going to slip 1, knit 1, and pass the slipped stitch over the knitted stitch. Then you're going to do rib design for 3 stitches, and we're going to repeat the decreased pattern of knitting 2 together, knit 1, slip 1, knit 1, and then pass the slipped stitch over the knitted stitch. And you're going to finish off by doing the rib design. You should now have 21 stitches. So if you count, so what you're now going to do is finish this off. So you're going to measure 18 inches of yarn and cut it off. So roughly 18 inches, about this much. So I'm going to cut off right here. We're going to put this on our needle. And move our stitches onto our needle. Once you've put all the stitches in your needle, you pull it through, but then you take it through your stitches one more time. It's just to secure it and prevent any holes. You would tighten it and you start stitching it through. And here now what you would do is stitch this part through, and then about 4 rows in to make sure everything's set, but you want to leave enough room to be able to put your foot through. So let's start stitching it. And you would keep double knotting it like this, just so it's secure in place. Then what you would do is just knit this through the stitches to lock it in place. And you would cut the extra yarn. Then you would do the same on the back side. We had left extra yarn in the beginning, so we would take that and we would just knit through to close this off. We would start off by double knotting in the beginning, just so that it's secure, and then you would just stitch normally. And here you would lock it in place. And knit through so that it doesn't come loose. And the extra yarn you would cut off. And if you flip through, here is your little slipper. Like this video, don't forget to click that like button. And if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to click that subscribe button to get the latest on knitting projects, knitting ideas, and much more. Relax, enjoy, and keep knitting.